strategy. I have a plan, and it's something I can focus on those next 12 weeks.
Or are you going to be consistent? Do you want to post every day? Do you want to post every other day?
Welcome to Create to Live podcast, the podcast where social media meets business and big dreams turn into bigger results.
Whether you're an entrepreneur, content creator, or a 9-to-5er, building your side hustle, you're in the right place.
Each week, we bring you actionable tips, inspiring stories, and insider strategies to help you grow your brand, monetize your passions, and create the success you seek. We are your hosts, Sherelle from Blue Wall Media
And Davon from Booker Consulting.
Together, let's create the life you want to live.
Hold time, it's your boy J Book in the building. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready to make it happen for you. And it's time to make it happen for True. What it do, baby boy? What y'all doing today? How y'all living? Create to Live. Make sure y'all listen to all our platforms because you know we the #1 podcast in Humble, Texas. On me. And then one day, Houston, Texas. Then one day, Mo City. Then one day, all of Texas. Then one day, Texas to Louisiana. We just gonna
Nationwide.
No. And then the next one gonna be Texas, Louisiana, and New Mexico. You just gotta get to all the states one by one.
Hey y'all, thank y'all so much for listening to Create to Live podcast. We're excited for this episode talking about how to create a custom content strategy, especially in 2025. I think it's really important that everyone has a strategy, kind of have an idea as to what kind of content you want to create. As content creators, as influencers, as people who want to be known on social media and be known for what they create, it's very important for you to have a plan. And simply what a content strategy is, it's having a planned out idea as to what type of content you want to be pushing out there and be known for. And some of those things that you can do, some of those things to help you create that content strategy is to figure out your industry, your niche in that industry, how often you would like to post, as well as your content pillars. Now, a lot of people have been talking a lot about content pillars, and basically what those things are is what are the 3 things that make you different from every single person in anything else? What makes you you? That is what is your content pillars. When it comes to your industry, that is where it's like, okay, are you doing fitness? Are you doing food? Are you doing hair? Are you doing fashion? Are you doing gaming? Those are the industries. And in that industry, there are niches. So like in the fitness industry, you have Pilates as a niche. You have cardio as a niche. You have weightlifting as a niche. Or for food, you have restaurant, or you have recipes, or you even have baking. Those are the different things in that. Those are the different niches in those industries. So that is something to definitely keep in mind. And then when it comes to your content pillars, of course, picking out in those industry, in that niche, what makes you different for people to follow you in that niche. What do you have any tips or ideas as to something that can help people when it comes to their habits or even their discipline in setting goals when it comes to having a content strategy, Jordan?
Yes, I do. Some goals I have when setting content creation, I would say, is setting a goal that is attainable and making sure the goal is attainable not only for example, a 30-day challenge, but once you get done with the 30-day challenge, you can continue to create content past the 30-day challenge. The reason for challenges is to make sure you are able to do something, but the purpose of the challenge is you to create a habit from that challenge. You keep going for the challenge. For example, let's think of like someone wants to lose weight for their summer body, and they do everything for a summer body. Then once they get to summer body, they take their pics and then they lose the summer body and it's back to square one. And the thing we do around here, we want to make sure we create the quote unquote summer body for content creation, but keep it to create the consistency. Because as we know, social media is super fast. So you might be trending on Monday and be nobody on Friday. It just trends that much. Just like the Hatua girl, she was popping and now she like not popping no more.
At all.
All because she scammed people. But it's just this was not even like a year of her like fame for real. So you gotta think about that and how you want to do it. and how can you like withstand the times. We talked about Mr. B's, we talked about and not what's her name?
Jackie Aina.
Jackie Aina. We talked about many people who have done this for years, and how can you do this for years and continue to go?
And that's something that is like why we talk about why we're talking about having a content strategy is because by having a content strategy, that will be your guide as to what to continue to create on this path towards 1 million followers, or on this path of really just wanting to have this platform for yourself, for you to be able to speak on, and to be able to just encourage others, entertain others, and really just be that creator that you desire to be. And by having this strategy is to be able to give you a plan to grow, to create, and not feel like you're lost or feel like you're underwhelmed. And something that I think that it's important, that's really helpful, is actually having a 12-week plan. That's something that I know you do as far as with your goal coaching. Y'all set like 12-week goals. Is that correct?
Yep, you actually brought it up to me. Excuse
Correct.
me. But yeah, the 12-week plan works, and I see it work, accelerate things, accelerate your goals. It also give you like a false light under the booty, if you will.
Mm.
You're like, I need to
Oh,
hurry up and
a
finish.
fire.
Yeah, like it's time to go. And
Mm-hmm.
then you like, whew, I did it. Because it was saying most people in the book I read, most people try to hurry up and get their goals done at the end of the year because they think they got time. But 12 weeks gives you enough time to complete the goal, but not enough time to slack off.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have any? Have you did a 12-week plan before?
Mm-hmm. I've done I think I'm on my third 12-week plan actually.
Has it worked?
It has. I think what's it called? I Whenever I set the 12-week plan for content creation though, like for my personal brand, I do struggle with it, and I think that has a lot to do with just like priorities. Because whenever I do the 12-week plan, I set 3 to 4 goals,
Mm-hmm.
and most of the time I'll get like 2 or 3 of the goals achieved. But it's always that content creator one
Mm.
that always I put behind, and I'm still trying to understand why I do that, but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
How about you? Do you set 12-week playing goals?
I don't.
Oh, really? Why not?
It's not I grew up. I think sometimes we do stuff to help us to to do something,
Mm-hmm.
but some people just do it. Like they don't need like I don't know. Seem like a. I mean, like that's what works for you, but for me, what works for me is you set a goal beginning of the season and you just work for it. But
Mm-hmm.
that's just I don't know, just easy. It just makes sense for me as an athlete. Like you're like, hey, I want to be a championship. So you're like, okay, everything I'm doing is towards the championship. And you get instilled when you was younger that you need to go to practice, get better. You need to eat right, you need to go to sleep, you need to make all A's, and like you do that every day. Like and then that's just like but that's like me talking like at elite level, you know. Like that's of course I had teammates who needed extra help, extra guidance, extra teacher practice, but I guess it gets to a point like in your career, like okay, am I gonna have somebody wanting me to tell me to do something every time, or am I gonna do it on my own? And that's how I was raised. Like at first, my daddy would help me work out, and it was like, if you want to be better, you gotta do it on your own. Like I'm not gonna be here all the time, so I need you to go do it. And so that goes into like content creation. Like ain't nobody. I said this already on the podcast, but ain't nobody knocking on my door like, "Hey Jordan, you gonna create that content?" So like it just makes sense. Like okay, nobody's really gonna help me for real. So I need to go ahead and help myself because that's the only one who really rooting for me for real is myself. And then once people see that I'm dedicated, people will begin to root for me. But until I can root for myself, not many people will be your rooter. And if you do got a rooter, you should cherish that because
A fan?
no, a rooter,
Oh, you mean a rooter?
a supporter, a rooter, like they rooting you on even though you haven't did anything. You know that's very rare. But yep, but that's like in the elite mindset. Like I'm gonna go get it because I want it. But when you trying to go to that elite level, then you gonna need help and guidance. So that's one reason why I never did a 12-week plan because my dad was just like, ain't nobody gonna help you, so you need to help yourself. I ain't gonna be here. I'm gonna be at work, so you need to work out if you want to be the best. I was like, all right, cool. But the 12 week definitely helps. Like you're like, hey, I got some due dates. You send your due dates. But yeah.
I think another thing to remember when it comes to having a content strategy is figuring out the right platforms for you. We actually have an episode about choosing the right platform for you, whether it's long format or short format, and which format, oh, even written format. There's so many different platforms that you could literally just grow your business, grow your content creation on. And so choosing the right platform is very important. Maybe you want to do a podcast, but you would do better with short format. Maybe you want to have a YouTube channel, but you would do better as having a blog. So just having that, have understanding what works best in your type of content, your type of communication, then choosing the right platform so that it can translate to what you want it to be, whether that's growth in social status or grow revenue for yourself, or even just starting a whole business and be able to have a community that will purchase from you. That's very important to know what platform is best for you. And even another thing that I think that is important to know when it comes to having a content strategy, it helps you to be able to have a clear mind so you don't have to worry about burnout. Yes, burnout does happen for a lot of people. Creative blocks definitely happen, but when you have these content strategies, they give you a better overview as to, okay, this is what I'm focused on, so you don't have to be too concerned about content creators block and um creators block and burnout, because you have a guide. And that's something that I feel like is based off of the scripture in the Bible where it says what's called write the vision down, so that write the vision down and make it plain, so that as they run they shall not forget it, or something like that. But basically,
Mm,
it's when you have the plan written down, when you have the vision written down, you're reminded of it constantly because you see it written down, it's plain, and so you know it's gonna, you can make it happen, type of thing. And so by having that content strategy, sitting down and writing out how you want your content to be, what you want it to look like, what kind of content you want to create, why you want to create it, and how it will help others. Having all of that written down is something that you can remind yourself of when you feel like you're about to hit burnout, or when you feel a lack
mm,
of creativity. You can look back at your why. You can look back at the vision you had, and maybe even that'll just reignite that fire for creating again.
mm. I like that. Look at your why.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, look at your why, y'all. I like that.
So we hope that you guys
I
enjoyed
like
this.
that.
Oh, did you have anything else to say?
Yeah, you gotta look at your why. This why gonna keep you motivated,
Mm-hmm.
inspirated. Without your why are you doing it? I like that. I like that. Do you look at your why often?
No, I honestly, I feel like I've gone through so many content strategies, and I think it's in from personal experience, having a content strategy, it can change, but you also have to figure out when you're writing your content strategy, is it a short-term content strategy or is it a long-term content strategy? Like, I have a long-term content strategy, but it's those short terms that I am not consistent with. And so for personal from personal experience, as well as for encouragement for myself and for you, is to have that long-term content strategy, but have consistently write out those short content strategies. So like, when something he was saying was that some people have that elite mindset where they just do it because they want to have it, they want to make it happen. While for me, I don't really have an elite mindset yet. And so what I'm working on is with those 12-week goals, setting a content strategy for those 12 weeks. Like this 12 weeks, it was being consistent with posting once a week. Like every week, I wanted to post at least once. And I've done pretty well at that. I missed 1 week, but I ended up posting twice this week to make sure that I had made up for that missed week. But then now, as we're about to transition out of these 12 weeks and transition to the next one, I would need to sit down and really meditate on, okay, what do I want the next 12 weeks to look like? What will my content strategy be? Do I want to focus in on specific pillars? Do I want to focus in on specific industries that I have and niches that I have for my content? Do I want to focus more on one platform, or do I want to add on a platform? What worked, what didn't work, type of thing, so that when it comes to meeting with my goal coach, I have a content strategy, I have a plan, and it's something I can focus on those next 12 weeks.
I like that. I like that. I think to piggyback, just how to set your goals, how to set your career goals. I say, boom, set the vision, like you said, piggyback and set that vision, and then have, so say your vision is to lose 10 pounds, then set 3 clear goals. One is I will go to the gym every day and run a mile. 2 is I will eat a salad twice a week. And 3, I will stretch once I'm done working out every time. So those are actionable goals, and you can see if you did them. A bad goal would be I want to eat right. So how you gonna eat right? You know, or I want to be consistent. But what does that mean to you? Like, are you gonna be consistent? Do you want to post every day? Do you want to post every other day? Do you want to? So set a clear goal. Meaning, do you know the deliverable? How you gonna do it? And is it attainable? And then choose the right platform. Like you were saying, is it Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube? But pick one and stick with it. Think about goals. Don't be trying to. On week 1, I want to post on Snapchat. Week 2, well, I really like Instagram. Week 3, I'm going back to Snapchat, but YouTube gonna be the one. And then week 7, you back on TikTok.
Boom.
You know, pick one and stay with it. Set your goals. Hey, I'm gonna be on TikTok for a year. Let's see what happens, and then see what's gonna happen with that. And then lastly, keep the plan. Make sure you have enough time for breaks, enough time for content, so you don't burn out and don't have over extreme results that you think you should get. Take it one day at a time. And that's me. Hope y'all enjoyed the podcast for real.
Yes, sir. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you tune in every single week to a new podcast episode. We are Create to Live Podcast. Create to live, live to create.
Whole time creating to live.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode of Create to Live Podcast. Make sure you tune in every single week to our podcast we release on Mondays. Subscribe, follow us. We are on Spotify Podcasts as well as Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio Podcasts. If you want to follow us on social media, my social media is bluewall.media. That's BLUWALL.media on Instagram.
You can follow me at Davon.Booker, BOOKR, whole time. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you again for tuning in to Create to Live Podcast.